Hi, this is Sue for Parkies and Me, My Journey with Parkinson's. I've just been looking at a Facebook page that I follow, and it's obviously about Parkinson's, and it is contributed to by people with Parkinson's and also those that are in a caring role or care about that person. So it's usually a very good Facebook page, and people are generally very positive in their comments and giving some really good feedback on what works for them. But today I read a post that I really identified with, and so this person that put the post up was saying that they see all this positivity, how people are doing all these intensive exercise classes, that they're eating a certain way, they are doing everything that they can to maximise their opportunities to stay as well as they can for as long as they can. And he said when he sees these posts from people saying how well they're doing, he wonders about himself, in that he's struggling with things. He's struggling with pain, he's struggling with mobility, he's struggling with being able to drink a cup of tea. The simple things in life have, by the sounds of it, become quite a struggle. And he doesn't seem to have found anybody on this Facebook page that has a similar experience. Everybody's uber positive, very little space perhaps for him to see anybody that he can identify with that's also having a tough time. I wrote a few things to him, and I just said to him that the fact that he has voiced his feelings and that he doesn't always feel positive and times could be seen as negative is actually a positive thing that he has voiced that. Now, the reason I say this is because I have had some experience myself with depression in my time, and I found that if I fought against it, if I tried to pretend that things weren't a bit of a struggle, that it actually made me feel worse. And if I woke up in the morning and wasn't in the best of moods and thought, why am I feeling so down this morning? I can't understand what's happened. I've got a lovely husband, I've got beautiful grandchildren and children, I've got a good job. There were lots of positive things in my life at the time, but obviously there is always something that doesn't go quite as positively as we would like. So I would try and analyse why I wasn't feeling happy, and almost chastising myself for not being grateful for the good stuff that was happening in my life. However, I do feel that we do need to acknowledge, as people with Parkinson's and people who are affected by somebody having Parkinson's, that this is not a joyride. This is not an easy road that we have to ride. It's tough, it's challenging, and everybody is different. At the moment, I'm recovering from having had 2 operations in the space of 2 years. I've had 3 years of not really being able to exercise, and today I got a little bit fed up. I'm getting a sore foot, or both my feet are starting to get sore actually, and I'm not sure whether it's my Parkinson's, whether it's my arthritis, what's going on. It seems like when something starts to go right and I'm starting to get better from one thing, then another one rears its ugly head, and hello, I've got sore feet now. It does get frustrating. After my back operation some 15 weeks ago now, I still have quite a lot of pain. I still get sore when I'm trying to walk very far. My legs today felt like lead. I couldn't walk very far. I was breathless, and I was just getting really pissed off that things were not going well. And I voiced that, and my husband made a bit of a comment that I was being a bit negative today, and I have been a bit of a negative Nelly. But I think we're allowed to. I might be a reasonably well-adjusted person with Parkinson's, etc., 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 including all my other maladies. And I think in general I do cope very well, but there is frustration when the person who did the Facebook post was comparing themselves to others who can do these intensive PD warrior programs and that sort of thing. I have done the same, but the problem is, like the exercise class at our local Parkinson's support group, all the exercises that are good for Parkinson's seem to be contraindicated for back recovery. So I see all these people saying they're doing boxing and they're doing this and they're lifting weights. Can't do any of that, and I get a bit frustrated that there is a limited amount of things that I can do that will help my Parkinson's that isn't going to harm my back. So it's a bit of a difficult situation to know what to do. But in responding to the gentleman, I presume it's a man, it could be a woman, it was an anonymous post. But anyway, responding to the person who was not feeling in the most positive frame of mind, I said to him that I admired them for being so honest, for putting it out there that actually his life is not easy. He's not able to do all the things that he sees other people doing. And it does seem like he's struggling. He's really struggling to find something positive in his life. And so I acknowledged that, and I encouraged him to look at my blog that I have, which is parkinsandme.com, my journey with Parkinson's. And the reason I did that is because in my blog and in my podcasts, I try to be absolutely honest about how I'm feeling. So today, I'm not feeling that positive. I'm feeling pissed off. I'm feeling that at one stage I said to my husband, my back and knee will sort themselves, and next thing Parkies will bloody flare up and I'll have that to deal with. And he said, oh, you are feeling negative today, aren't you? And yeah, I have been. I sometimes get the negative Nellies. I sometimes feel it's all very unfair and I've had enough. But then I might wake up the next day and go, oh, it will be what it will be, and I will do my best, and I will try to do what I can to get myself on the road to recovery. Right now, part of that is that I'm trying to exercise more, I'm trying to walk further, to get my back stronger so that I can do a bit more exercise, even if it's just walking, and that will assist in my general health and well-being. As a part of that process, I'm also hoping that I slimmed down a bit, but my doctor and my husband have both said not to focus on weight loss, but to focus on my general health and well-being, and weight loss will follow. Yep, today, negative Nellies, I hold my hand up. Life is not always positive. I can't always be positive. Sometimes life is pretty shitty, and you can have a bit of a dose of the poor me, and why not? Most people would be a little bit on the negative side from time to time with the stuff that we have to deal with, the uncertainty and the day-to-day annoyance, to put it mildly, of having such a condition that we didn't ask for and we can't do a lot about. So, anyway, that's me, Negative Nelly Day. But sometimes being negative can be positive. Sometimes holding your hand up and saying, yep, I feel really negative today. I feel really pissed off. I've had enough. I could do with not having this shit in my life. And that's just the way it is. So holding your hand up, being honest and saying, yep, this is a bit of a crap session that we're having today, is okay. It really is okay. So this has been Sue for Parkies and Me, my journey with Parkinson's. Kia kaha, be brave, be strong, be you.